I'm back from my trip. Won't you come out and greet me at the door? It's not time
Long time no see, Amy. I have something I want to tell you. Is it okay now? I'm getting married soon. Wow! Married? Oh, congrats, Millie. Thanks. What kind of person is he? We haven't talked to each other much recently. I had no idea you were seeing someone in the first place. Yeah. Well, the person I'm marrying is in charge of a company. Wait, does that mean you're marrying a CEO? Congrats on the great catch. I know, right? I'm so great. I'm going to be so successful in life. Completely different from a peasant like you. Wait. Sorry, Amy. Due to the position I will be in after getting married, I'm going to have to cut all ties with you. You are not invited to the wedding. I just don't want you anywhere in my life anymore. Whoa, what's going on all of a sudden? Cut all ties with me? Why would you say such a mean thing to me? That's because I'm a winner, and I can't be seen as a loser. I have to carefully pick and choose who I want to be seen with. I'm in a completely different social class than you, peasant. Social class? I mean, I'm going to be the wife of a CEO. A woman in my class can't be seen hanging around someone of a lower class than that, so I don't want you to be in my life anymore. It's that simple. Millie, are you aware of how cruel you're being right now? I've been by your side since we grew up in the same orphanage. Only for you to throw away years of friendship over the fact that you're getting married to a CEO. I can't believe you would treat someone who practically grew up with you as if we were siblings like this. Shut up. Just because we grew up together doesn't mean I owe you anything in life. Plus, getting married to him is my ticket out of poverty. I'm going to be living the life that you could only dream of having. Why are you being so cold? We promised each other that we wouldn't leave each other alone even through marriage. Did we? I forgot. Millie. Anyways, this is why you're not invited to the wedding. He doesn't know that I grew up in an orphanage, and I would like to keep it that way. Having you at the wedding would make it obvious. What? You haven't told him? Why not? It's embarrassing to be raised in an orphanage. A person like that isn't fit to marry a CEO like him. If he finds out, my chance at a happy life will all be ruined. It's not something to be embarrassed about. Plus, a person who judges a person based on how they grow up is not worth marrying. You should be able to comfortably tell the people you love about it. Shut up. If I say that I'm not telling him, that means I won't be telling him. So don't you dare tell anybody. All you need to do is get out of my life. Millie, does this mean that you're embarrassed by me too? I grew up in the same place as you. You are absolutely an embarrassment to me. There is nothing I would gain from being friends with you. Thanks to this marriage, I will be leaving this low-class life and will be living in luxury. You and I wouldn't match anymore. Is that so? Well, I hope you're happy. Thanks for finally understanding. Hope you have a good life. Or at least try to.
Hey, Amy. It's been a while. Are you doing okay?
Kent, it's been a while. Of course I've been doing great. How about you? Are you doing okay? Are you and the other staff at the orphanage doing okay?
Yeah, we're all doing great, especially the kids, who are smiling and laughing every day. Listen, the reason for my message was that I wanted to ask you about something. Are you still in contact with Millie?
Oh, Millie?
Yeah, I was wondering if you could do me a favor. I can't reach her number or any other means of contact with her, so I've been a bit worried about her lately.
Oh, then there's nothing to worry about. She was aesthetic over the fact that she was going to be married to a CEO.
What? She's getting married? Oh, congrats to her.
Yeah, it is something great. The thing is, though, she immediately told me that she wanted to cut all ties with me due to that marriage.
Wait, what?
She's hiding the fact that she grew up in an orphanage from her husband-to-be. Not to mention that she was embarrassed about where she grew up. She said that I'm not invited to the wedding, nor am I allowed to be in her life anymore.
That's unfortunate.
I'm pretty sure that it's also why you haven't been able to reach her. If there's anything you wanted to tell her, I can try and deliver the message to her. I might not be blocked yet.
No, it's okay. If that's the case, then there's no need to do anything. I just wanted to ask if she could help out with this charity event. I'm sure she would reject the question if what you said is true.
charity event?
Yeah, we're going around asking everyone who left the orphanage if they could help out. We're going to take the kids out somewhere. It's just that we would like to have more adults at the event as well. Hence the reason for trying to contact her. Plus, I wanted to see Millie again after all these years.
If that's the case, then can I come and help out?
Really? You do that for us?
Of course! I work at a daycare. I'm pretty good at taking care of kids if I do say so myself.
You're the best, Amy. You were like an older sister to all those kids back then. Thanks so much for this. I'll send you all the details about it soon, okay?
All right. I can't wait to see you all again. Hey, I went out of my way to send you a picture of me in a fancy dress. Couldn't you have the decency to comment on it? How boring of you. Huh? I even went out of my way to send you the pictures of the wedding. You, of course, saw everything that I sent you, right? A famous person came to celebrate our wedding. And yet you haven't even given me the slightest of responses. Just because you're jealous of me doesn't mean you should ignore me. You're the one who wanted to cut me out of your life. What are you talking about? You told me not to talk to you, so I decided not to reply. Having to listen and see you bragging is an exception to the case? That's selfish of you. Bragging? No, I'm not bragging. I just thought I would cheer you up with those pictures. I figured you'd never seen a wedding like that ever in your life. I didn't ask you to do that. Plus, if you wanted to cheer me up, as you claim, then you would have done more than just send pictures. Why in the world would I do more than that? I would never take you to a place as fancy as that. Have you forgotten why I cut you out of my life? Because you're embarrassed of me being raised in an orphanage, right? So you do remember. I don't need him to know that I was raised in an orphanage. Plus, there's no benefit from me introducing orphans to higher class people. So you just stay jealous of my amazing life and shut up. The thing is, your husband did invite me to the wedding. What? Well, not me, but a good lot of us. With the kids included, I would say that well over 10 of us were invited. It seems like your husband had seen some benefit in inviting orphans. Wait, you said that he invited you guys. What are you talking about? We're just at the reception right now. Can you see us? Can you see us when we're in this private area? What? Hang on. Why are you here? Wait, it's not just you. Why is that orphanage director here along with some kids? Why is it that all you orphans are at my wedding? Like I said, your husband invited us. As a sign of good faith, he invited us to the wedding. Good faith? You picked a good man, Millie. Not only is he a CEO, but he also actively works to help children in need as much as he can. What? How are you going to marry this man and you didn't even know about this? Your husband funds an orphanage. More specifically, the orphanage that we were raised in. What? Hang on. Wait. I didn't know about this. How have I not heard about this? That's a tad bit unfortunate. He told us that he and his wife are excited to have us at the wedding. Hang on, he might have mentioned something about charity work or something. I brushed off all that he was saying with a simple, "That's great," because of that, I don't know much about him. Not only is he funding the orphanage, but he also gives the kids a chance to experience many things in life, like work or crafts. Which is why he also invited us to the wedding. He wanted to show the kids what a wedding was like. Since a lot of these kids have various reasons for why they don't have parents, he wanted to show that marriage is a good thing. I didn't know. Oh, I'm just a volunteer for today. I got asked by Kent to help out, which is why I'm here with the kids. I didn't think I would see a wedding this fancy in person. I'm sure the food will be great as well. This is going to be a great experience for me as well. What should I do? What should I do? I didn't think that all the people from the orphanage would be here at my wedding. Does Kent and the other staff know that I cut ties with you? That I'm hiding my background from my husband? I did tell Kent that you cut ties with me. I haven't said anything other than that, though. Something as trivial as someone cutting ties with me isn't something that needs to be brought up. No, I have to do something before he finds out. Firstly, Kent, I need to find him and make sure he keeps quiet about this. I need to ask him to pretend that he's never seen me before. What am I going to do now? He found out about everything. I can't believe that he found out about everything this early. Oh my. Did you fail in your mission to keep Kent quiet? Did he perhaps tell your husband while you weren't looking? Kent was able to read the room and keep quiet. It's those stupid brats. Those brats were the ones who ruined everything. They just had to ask, "What are you doing here, Millie?" Oh, my. He was standing next to me asking if I knew these kids. After that, those kids kept talking and revealing everything I tried to hide. The fact that I grew up in an orphanage is now out. You're going to have to forgive the kids for this one. You haven't come back to hang out with them once after you left, right? They were happy to see you after all that time. Plus, I'm sure you learned a valuable lesson. It's best to be upfront with the person you're about to marry. Huh. There was no way you could have kept it a secret the entire time. He's a nice person who donates and funds these kids. As long as you apologize and tell him the truth, I'm sure he'd understand. We're beyond just apologizing now. I lied to him about having both parents. I hired 2 people to act as my parents when he wanted to get their blessing. I'm sorry, what? I even hired those 2 again to play as my parents today. Since he found out that I lied and grew up in an orphanage, he's pretty mad. He's accusing me of lying about my work history and education. He won't listen to anything I say. He's going to find out that I was lying about my life, work, and education. Hang on now. You were lying that much to him. What else was I supposed to do? He was my ticket to getting a better life. I may have exaggerated my life a bit, but he's the one who bought into it. It got to a point where I couldn't back out anymore. Out of curiosity, how much of your life did you exaggerate? I told him that I work for a tutoring service that helps teens aim for Harvard University. He took that as me working in a very popular tutoring service specifically made for students to aim for Harvard. Which you didn't deny and let him continue to believe that? What do I do, Amy? I've never seen him this mad before. He locked himself in a room and hasn't said a word. Do you think the wedding will continue? He won't ask to divorce me, right? You should probably throw in the towel now. He just came over to us and apologized. He asked us to let him to get a divorce with you. What?
It's been a while since Millie. It's the orphanage director, Kent.
Kent? What does she mean by that earlier? What does she mean that he came over to apologize and asked to get a divorce from me?
Well, with you being raised in an orphanage, I'm technically in the role of being your parent. He came over to me and apologized for having to end things with you on these terms. He really is such a respectful person.
No, wait. You're lying. I don't want to get divorced.
Why are you so persistent with this? It's your fault that things turned out like this. You're an adult now. You shouldn't be behaving like a child.
I'm not. I just don't want to do things that I don't want to do.
Like, if that's the case, then you should have been honest with him from the start. You decided to go through the entire process of hiding the truth instead, which led you to where you are now. You went as far as hiring people to play as your parents and lied about your work history and education. Of course he would want to end things with you.
What else was I supposed to do? There's no way that he would have liked me if I told him the truth about being raised in an orphanage. He wouldn't even bother to look my way if I did. So of course I hid the truth.
What's wrong with being raised in an orphanage? Everyone who grew up has left and lived happily. That goes for our staff too. We all supported everyone, including you, to make sure that you all grow up to be wonderful adults. I do not doubt that I love you more than your parents do.
That's...
It's not just you. I love all the children at the orphanage equally. Everyone grows up and lives such happy lives. People get married and create their own families. People who even start up their own companies.
Really?
Where you were raised shouldn't define who you can and cannot be. The reason you're in the position you're currently in is not because of how or where you were raised. You need to understand that it's your rotten personality that is the cause.
What? If you claim to love me more than my parents do, then at least comfort me. I was the one who lost a chance at a great life.
Even if I wanted to comfort you, you blocked me on your own accord, remember? This is why I'm talking to you through Amy's phone rather than my own.
Oh, right.
You're embarrassed by us, aren't you? If that's the case, you can get back on your own 2 feet by yourself. You threw away us and your closest friend. Don't think that things can go back to the way it was before all this.
Please.
Good luck. I don't know how your life will turn out from here on out, but I'll pray that you manage to get by.
Millie's wedding ended up getting canceled, and now she is getting sued for marriage fraud by her former husband. According to Kent, Amy's marriage wouldn't have been in shambles for her background, but rather all the lies she told about her occupation and so on. He said that he couldn't have a life partner with someone who we can't tell is lying or not. As for Millie, to pay off the fines for the wedding and marriage, she started working the night shift somewhere. She managed to get customers due to her sob story, but all the people interested in her are problematic. Since having no friends and family to complain about her job to, she's quietly working hard, alone.
care of me from now on. She's so thoughtful that way.
Well, she has
act as though me proposing to you recently never actually happened, Veronica. We're going to stop thinking about getting married. I'm sorry, but let's split up today. I've considered a few things about the two of us, and I just don't think this will work anymore.
What? Wait a second, Raymond. What do you mean we should give up on getting married? You only just proposed to me a week ago, right? And I was so happy to finally be proposed to by you.
And so I'm asking you to act as though something like that never happened between us. I don't want to get married to you anymore. So just forget all of that and let's go back to the way things were a few weeks ago.
I don't understand what's going on here. You had only told me a few days ago that you wanted to grow old and happy with me. Yet now you're asking for us to split up? What the heck is this?
Actually, my mom ended up being against us. And after talking to her for a bit about things, I came to the conclusion of doing as she said and stopping this marriage between us.
What? You're telling me that your mom doesn't want us getting married?
After all the time of her being okay with it, I was so surprised to hear from her that she didn't want us getting married anymore.
Why is she against us getting married now, though? We've been together for almost 10 years now. And during those 10 years, I had seen your mom plenty of times and chatted with her. We've even gone out with one another shopping plenty of times. And now you're saying that your mom no longer wants me to marry you?
She told me that you're a good woman and all, but you're getting too old now and that I need to find someone younger. She followed up by saying that since you're over 30 now, there's only unhappiness waiting for us.
What?
My mom had gotten married when she was 20 and then gave birth to me. And since then, she's always been home as a housewife for all of us. But since you're 30 years old and still don't have experience with kids, as well as aren't planning on quitting her job after we marry, she told me to just give up.
Excuse me?
As a girlfriend or toy, you're fine, but as a wife, there's no need for you. My mom told me that very clearly.
And you're just okay with what your mom said to you? You're going to do as she told you?
Well, my mom promised me that in return for letting you go, she'd introduce me to a much more young and beautiful woman.
Huh?
I think she's gotten pretty close with this one young girl who's working at the flower shop in town. She just happened to show me her picture just the other day. You'd think she was a model with the amount of beauty she radiates. And she told me that if I think I want to marry a woman like her, then it's totally fine to say goodbye to you.
You're kidding me. That's your reason for wanting to throw me away?
At least you were a good girlfriend these past 10 years, so thanks. Now let's both of us find our true loves and marry them instead.
But you and I have been together for 10 whole years. Ever since we both went to university together. I get that I'm 30 years old now, but I thought that we'd finally be ready to get married. But now you're saying at this time that you're throwing me away because I'm too old?
I know that you're an old woman now, and finding someone to marry you will be tough. But just try your best. Right. Can you make sure to give me back the engagement ring I gave to you? And if we aren't seeing each other again, then send that sucker in the mail for me.
You are the worst. I never once thought that you'd turn into this kind of a man. But I guess throwing away those 10 years of us dating is a whole lot better than throwing away my life getting married to you. I never want to see you around me again.
I think that if I'm going to get married, I'm better off with you. So, Veronica, can you get back together with me?
Huh? Why are you talking to me again? You're asking me to get back together with you? You remember what you did and said to me 5 years ago, right?
I'm sorry about back then. After dating you for 10 years, I accidentally threw you away. I ended up going out with that woman my mom showed me when we were apart, but things didn't go too well between us and we immediately broke up. I've been trying to get with other women, but they all ended up being duds as well. So now I see that I can only marry someone like you.
So you couldn't get along with anyone else, huh? And now you want to get back together after we only had 10 years of dating each other?
Well, when trying to date them, nothing ever got anywhere, and everyone would end up saying that they wanted to break up before dumping me. For some reason, we just never could make anything last. But you and I had 10 years together, right? And in your case, I'm the only option you have now, right?
Not happening. Now goodbye forever.
Hey. Don't be so cold to me right now. I know that you're happy deep down that after 5 years I'm talking to you again.
Huh?
And you happen to be doing well on your own and make some decent money. And even my mom said that it might be worth getting back together with you. So she really wants the two of us back together.
But I don't want to date you whatsoever. You threw me away in the worst way possible, so I'm done playing games with you. Now, never talk to me again. Hey, Veronica, why are you saying you're not getting back together with my son? This is the perfect chance for a used-up woman like you to find a man that will marry you. Now go back to him and tell him with all your heart that you do want to date him. Huh? Isabel? I'm even letting you know that I'm fine with you marrying my son now. You are a 35-year-old woman now and need to get a grip. I'm telling you that even though you're old, a man is ready to marry you. You shouldn't take this chance for granted. Now hurry up and make up with my boy. Now who the hell do you think you're talking to? Wasn't it you in the first place that made him and I break up? You forced him to believe that marrying me would be awful for him, and so he threw me aside. And now you seek to get me back with him? And back then, I was thinking about my son more than anyone, and that's why I wanted you both to break up. I knew that if he had a baby with a woman over 30, there'd be a chance that the kid would come out defective. What? And when he marries someone, they'll become part of the household, right? Yet you said you wouldn't quit your job to stay at home. You are not only a worthless wife, but a worthless woman, and that's why I told him he could not marry you. Then why are you asking me to forgive him and get back together now? I've gained another 5 years now, so that could only mean that I've grown more worthless, right? And right now I'm still working my job that I said I'd never quit. I don't want to let my son get too old without finding someone to make his wife. So to keep that from happening, I guess I'll settle with some grandma marrying him. Huh? I want my son to hurry up and end up with a wonderful wife that I can take advantage of. I want to relax here soon, and I want to have a grandchild as well that I can spoil. I also will need someone here to take care of me instead of my son now that my legs don't work too well. Are you seriously thinking of having me do all of that for you? I really wanted him to have a younger wife, but for some reason or another my son couldn't make things work with them. I had so many women lined up for him, but he'd always end up getting broken up with. And during that time I found out I'm sick. And so if I let my son continue to be single, I'll never be able to receive good health care from him. Really? You're sick now, Isabel? There was a tumor discovered in my stomach. But it wasn't cancerous, and so they were able to remove it with a simple surgery. But during that time, I thought about some things. If that were to happen to me again, I'd need someone, even you, to be here to care for me. You also want a grandbaby and for me to take care of you in your later years? Why are all of these things advantages for you and your son? What? You should be happy about all of this as well, right? You're a used item that's in their 30s now, and someone is offering to marry you. All right? Stop trying to carry all of this out and hurry up and marry my son. Then hurry up and have a wedding and get to making me a grandbaby.
Veronica, sorry about yesterday. I didn't take into full consideration of your feelings yesterday. I already know that a single grandma like you is ready to marry someone like me that's offering this chance to you.
Huh?
I was thinking last night why you should end up saying no to my request to get back together with me. And after having that time to think, I finally came to an understanding. There was something you wanted to hear from me first. You wanted me to ask you to go out with me again, right? Like when we first started dating? I'm sure you've been waiting for me to propose to you again as well, huh?
Raymond? Are you sure you're not just thinking of things as being in your favor?
I'm going to propose to you once again, Veronica. Let's you and I get married right now. We've already been together for 10 years, so let's make it official. We may have been far apart for the last 5 years, but our feelings for one another haven't changed, right?
Why do you think that? Nobody has been wanting for you to propose to them right now.
It's fine, Veronica. I already know everything that you want from me. The ring you gave back to me 5 years ago is once again going to be placed on your ring finger.
No. You have zero idea what I want from you right now. I am not going to get back together with you because it's impossible. You threw me out years ago for some other woman, so go back to fishing for another one that might bite at your proposal.
Hey, what's wrong, Veronica? I've been giving you all you wanted, like this proposal, and you've always wanted me to come back to you. So please, let me get back together with you now, and let's get married.
What?
Look, I am so sorry for throwing away those 10 years we had together. But I'm gonna let you marry me now, so thank me later.
I am already married and have 3 kids.
Huh?
I found myself a splendid man to marry, and we've been enjoying one another ever since. And we happen to have 3 kids together, so every day for us is busy. So I'm telling you that I have 0 time to hang out with an idiot like you. And so because of all this, I'm going. This better be the end of any more funny business from you, okay?
What? Wait a minute. What do you mean you're married now? And on top of that, you already have 3 kids?
It's been 5 years now, so we've been going a while. We happened to find each other pretty quickly, and after dating briefly, we got married. And having our 3 kids has made me one happy 35-year-old. Thank goodness I never ended up getting back together with any men that thought it was a good idea to throw me away.
No. There's no way that at all that you're married. Because when you and I broke up, you were already 30 years old. There's no way some old hag could find a man willing to date and marry her.
What does being 30 have to do with me being an old hag? I was able to find myself a man I liked, and after dating a little, we married.
But that's...
I'm sure at your age, if you try hard like I did, you'll find someone that'll marry you. I won't be the one becoming your wife, but there has to be some poor soul out there willing to marry you out of pity. And between you and me, you should find that someone soon so that your mom stays happy.
Shut up! I don't need you worrying about me or my mom. You just stabbed me in the back. You had me with you all that time, and yet you went out and married another man?
Excuse me?
And now you both have kids? Why would you have 3 kids with him, you idiot? I bet they're all disabled in some way. Now you have to take care of 3 poor kids that will end up homeless someday. I'm so happy to hear you live a life of pain and suffering after stabbing me in the back.
What about my life is pain and suffering, Raymond? I have myself a husband and 3 kids that I'm surrounded by and could never ask for more.
He must be some lousy man if he was willing to marry a woman in her 30s then, huh? I bet he's ugly as hell and is without a job right now. Might as well add the term brain dead in there since he somehow let himself have kids with you.
Raymond!
And now you have to share 3 delinquents with him. I bet there's not enough money to go around in your house, and those kids will have to end up being uneducated. But I guess since they're all disabled and dumb, you couldn't teach them anything in the first place. They had to all get the DNA of their brain-dead dad and have an IQ of a monkey.
Hold on! Just because you couldn't marry me and have gone off the deep end doesn't mean you can make fun of my family. I won't forgive childish behavior like that of any kind.
But everything I've said is facts, right? 3 disabled kids? Man, your life must suck now.
I am still working full-time at my job, and compared to 5 years ago, I'm doing a whole lot better. And my husband is doing well himself, running his own company. And because of the wealth we amass, we are able to have and support 3 kids with no problem to our bank.
Huh? He has a company?
We have both worked hard together and made enough money for all 3 of our kids. And as for our kids, they are all so cute and have been doing great when it comes to learning. So this is not the type of family that an idiot child can be making fun of.
Hey, wait. Are you being serious when you say your husband runs his own company?
The company itself is small, but it makes up for that by bringing in large sums of money. Even when things aren't going as great, we have enough from the company to hire a babysitter and some cleaning ladies to take care of the house while him and I relax on vacation.
What?
And I'm no longer going to let you get away with harassing my family's name like that. Before you even think about trying to make fun of another person's family, maybe take a look at what you have and make fun of that. Hi, Veronica. I heard about everything from Raymond. He told me that you seem to still not want to marry him. That's because I'm with another man now, and we've been happily married. We also have kids, and so I've never thought of marrying Raymond. What the hell do you mean you're married? You tell that husband of yours to leave you and come back here and marry my son. If you really have to, you can bring your kids along with you. Then I can at least become a grandma with my 3 little grandkids. Please, don't say things like that. You're scaring me. Why would I ever do something like that? I'm being very serious right now. So hurry up and leave him and come marry my baby boy. Even you know that you'd be happier with Raymond. Well, let me ask you this then. A husband that has his own company, or a husband that has nothing but minimum wage, and 3 adorable babies, or a husband that acts like a child? Which one of those paths would you think I'd be more happy with right now? What? You'd probably choose the path that has me with the company-owning millionaire and the 3 adorable babies. And if you choose for me to go with Raymond, can you tell me what the merits of that would be? Ugh! Are you saying that my own baby boy has nothing to offer you as your husband? Oh, so you do understand what I mean. That's exactly what I'm saying, yes. This is not the time to play games with me. Just because you have a decent life there doesn't mean you can turn down marrying my son. Well, if this is how you're going to act, then never mind. I'll give up on you marrying my son, but you have to give me one of your 3 kids. I want him to become my new son. What the absolute frick is wrong with your head, Isabel? I would never even think that giving you one of my kids is okay. Then have your husband introduce my son to some CEO friends that are women. He has to know at least some women that are either CEOs or have parents that are and are loaded. So you have to help him find one of those women for my boy. It's your son that's the problem, Isabel. Nobody wants to marry a child like him. I can see that this is getting nowhere, so I'm leaving. You'd better hurry up, though, you hag. Your clock is ticking, and you still need to find someone that'll marry your son and will give you grandkids and will be willing to take care of your old crippled butt.
What is going on? Your husband? I never knew he was that handsome looking and that swole. How did you end up finding someone like him over me?
Did you happen to run into my husband somewhere?
That guy came to the company I work at today. He was coming looking to become a customer of our company and wanted to introduce himself. I can see that the company he has is on everyone's radar, and the moment he walked in, he was taken right away to my CEO's office.
Wow, that's amazing of him, right?
And during that, I was sitting right there. For a moment, he started talking to me. He told me that he's heard all sorts of stories about me from you. And then he told me that he's glad I broke up with you because she's better off with him.
My gosh, what a man. I can't believe he even thought it was worth it to talk to you.
That jerk just embarrassed me in front of the whole office. And then my boss asked him if he really knew me. And then he took my boss into his office and started telling him all about me. He even brought up you and I dating and that after 10 years I threw you away. And then followed up by telling him about how I've been trying to marry you. And then he finished by telling my boss how I'm looking for someone to have a baby with and to use help to care for my aging mother. What the hell? And after that, everyone in this office is giving me the cold shoulder.
Dang. I'm glad he's made things more interesting for you.
Nothing is interesting about this, though. Now that everyone knows about what's happened between you and me, I've been getting faces from everyone and nobody wants to talk with me. Why did you guys do this to me? I don't think I can even go into the office anymore.
Then just quit your job and find someone to marry. I'm sure if you used the time you usually work to start looking for a woman, you'd find one eventually that'll pity marry you. Now I have to get back to my husband so that the two of us can start making tacos. And just like that, I never received another text or call from Raymond. And the word around town is that he has still not found himself a woman willing to marry and have babies with him. And I'm sure, due to all the worrying of her son never getting married, Isabel ended up fainting and going to the hospital. But while being admitted to the hospital, she would continue to try and get the nurses to marry her son, and so things ended with her even being kicked out of there. And as for Raymond, even though he's the clown of the office now and nobody wants to talk to him unless it's to laugh at his face, he started to stalk new hires that were women asking them if they'd like to marry him. Of course, this did not slide, and soon his boss found out and took Raymond into his office and fired him on the spot. I sure can't wait to see what Isabel's reaction will be to something like that. I'm sure she'll be furious, but at this point, she'd better just give up on her son, as I'm pretty sure he's not going to change any of the problems that turn every woman off. As for my family, we're continuing to enjoy every day of our lives together under the same roof. My husband has become huge business partners with the company that Raymond once worked for. And him and the CEO of that company love going out for drinks to talk about how crazy he was. I have to say, I married the right man after learning that he called Raymond out like that. Or, I suppose, exposed him like that in front of literally everyone. It just makes me so happy knowing that I have a man that loves me so much.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Hey, Skylar. Was I supposed to receive the invitation that you sent me? Huh? What are you talking about? We just received an invitation in the mail. The invitation to your wedding? You didn't mean to send this to our house, did you? What's wrong with me inviting you to my wedding? We're sisters. I don't see a problem. If anything, it would be odd not to invite you. You're trying to convince me that it would be odd for you not to invite me to your wedding? After everything you did to me. Seriously. Come on, sis. Don't be like that. The past is in the past. You haven't invited us to any family gatherings that you planned in years, just because me and my husband didn't go to university. That was our choice to make, and we're not ashamed of it, Skylar. You and your fiancé have treated us horribly up until now. Why would you invite us to your wedding? And why would you think we would go? Come on, Bella, don't be like that. You're starting to scare me. Your sister and her fiancé are inviting you to their wedding. I don't see a reason to turn down the offer. Besides, we decided to invite you because we looked back at our past actions and felt bad about them. That's why we decided to invite you in the first place. I'm so sorry for saying rude things to you back then. I really wasn't myself back then. What's gotten into you? You're starting to scare me. I did everything I could to make you stop doing those horrible things to me, but you never stopped. but now you suddenly feel bad for those things? Did you two get hit by lightning together or something? Preparing for the wedding really changed us. It was way more hectic than we first expected it to be. But then we were really motivated by the thought of being able to show our appreciation to everyone who helped us get here. And I realized how you were one of the people who I should credit being right here, right now too. Really? Yeah, you were the nicest person in the world to me when we were just little kids. You would run off to find our parents whenever I started crying. And you would cheer me up when I was disappointed in myself for being unathletic. I do remember those things, but that was back when we were still really close to each other. Those memories helped me realize how important you were to me, but I was foolish enough to let my ego get in the way and make fun of you for not going to college. Even though that doesn't matter at all about a person. I mean, you two just go to show that it doesn't matter whether a person goes to college with your business together. A small web shop is still a huge accomplishment, and I mean it. Look, you're really, really scaring me here. What has gotten into you? Have you really changed? Yes, and I'm sorry for everything I've done up until now. I know I'm asking for a lot right now, but I really do regret everything I've done to you. Charles, this is an emergency. Apparently, Skylar is a whole new person all of a sudden, and she wants us to attend her wedding together.
Oh, so the invitation was legit? Well, I thought she sent a fake invitation or something to us. I wouldn't be surprised if the time, place, and date were all different from the actual thing.
I fully agree, and that's why I'm so surprised. She apologized for everything that's happened up until now, including all of the things she said to us, and she said she would be glad if the two of us showed up to the wedding.
That's amazing. I mean, if she's insisting on it, then why not? We should send an RSPV right away.
Wait, you agree on coming? I'm glad Skylar finally feels differently about all of the things she said to us. But that doesn't change the past, and the fact is, she said those things, and she's done those things. We can't just act like none of that ever happened, right?
I mean, if this is about me, then yes. I can act like nothing ever happened. Because I'm really happy that you're finally starting to get along with your sister again. That's way more important than holding a grudge for what happened in the past.
Charles.
But I also totally understand if you have mixed feelings about the whole thing. Because, I mean, she really was persistent about making us feel like fools for not going to college. Like the way she'd tell us that she wishes our business would go bankrupt every time we saw her. And the way she'd make fun of us whenever business would get slow.
Yeah, and it wouldn't hurt just me. It hurt both of us.
But it's still a once-in-a-lifetime type of chance to finally get along with her again. And I feel like that's something worth putting the past behind for. Only good things come from being close and friendly with your siblings, you know. So really, don't mind me, and make the most out of this chance.
You're right. Nothing good comes of me putting my ego first right now. Regardless of everything, I'd still be glad if I could become close with my sister again. I guess it's official then. I'll go let her know that we're coming.
Great. I'll go make sure my schedule's open for that day. We just got a huge order a while ago too, so hopefully nothing comes up where we have to turn down one or the other.
That's true. Business has been busy lately. Thankfully. All right. Let's work hard now so we can go to that wedding without any other worries.
Right on. Plus, we're gonna need some money for a nice present for them too. Alright, let's get to work.
Hey, Skylar. Sorry for bothering you right before the wedding. We noticed that there weren't enough seats for the two of us. Could you redirect us to someone who could show us where our table is? We tried asking the staff close by, but they wouldn't do anything about it. You came! Thank you so much! And also, don't worry about the seats. You can stay as you are. I'll have you two standing while you watch the wedding for today. Very funny. Wait, are you serious? Why wouldn't you prepare seats for us? You should be able to figure out the answer to that question on your own. I thought today was our day to make up for past disagreements. Make up? Why would I bother to make up with an idiot who couldn't even go to college? Ew, do you hear yourself? But you said that you felt bad about the things you did to me up until today. You went out of your way to apologize to me. You're a different person now, aren't you? Don't you want to make up with me? As you could probably have guessed by now, that was a lie to get you two to come to my wedding today. Duh! How could you say that? I've hated you up until now, and I'm going to hate you for as long as I live. And I didn't prepare seats for you because I hate you. Got it? You two idiots can stay standing. I don't get it. If you hate us so much, then you shouldn't have invited us. Why would you lie about feeling bad about the things you've done and that you're trying to make up for everything? It doesn't make sense. It makes complete sense. I wanted to make the two of you feel the way you made me feel on that day. What day? How does it feel standing up while everyone else is sitting down comfortably? Doesn't it make you feel embarrassed and vulnerable? That's the way I've always felt since elementary school. What do you mean? Because no matter what our parents made us do, you were always the one who would get complimented. You were good at everything. But the teachers would always make me stand up and scold me in front of the whole class. They would yell at me for not being able to do the things that my own sister could pull off easily. Just because I was born to be your sister. I've always hated you ever since. You're the reason my life has been so miserable. How is that my fault? That's why I've always focused on my studies, because it was the only thing I could surpass you in. Not the piano, not sports, but schoolwork. And I finally beat you. I graduated one of the most prestigious universities in the country, while you graduated a public high school and never made it to university. I beat you for the first time in my life. But I didn't stop there, so I've been plotting this day ever since. And it's finally here. How do you feel? You really did all of this for that pathetic reason. Say whatever you want. I invited all of my friends from college for today. Therefore, everyone here has at least a bachelor's degree. Everyone other than you two high school graduates. And those two are the only ones who are standing up with nowhere to sit. Because you don't belong here. Isn't it hilarious? You're pathetic. Making what should have been the happiest day of your life into a tool for some stupid revenge. I've done nothing wrong anyways. And my husband is even a bigger victim. He has nothing to do with our personal business. Shut up! I hate you, but I hate that man too. I hate your husband for marrying the person I hate. Every single person in this room is a college graduate or above, and therefore you two are the dumbest people here. What's wrong with making a fool out of those fools? How dare you? You two peasants just stay standing for the rest of the wedding. It really compliments the dumb look on your faces. Whatever, we're going home. Is someone mad? If you're so angry, then why don't you go graduate a college? Maybe I'll prepare a chair for you after that. Oh wait, but given how dumb you are, I guess there's no use. Never mind, you'd never be able to pay for it anyways. Unlike me and my husband, I assume that you and your husband are barely paying your bills with that business of yours, huh? You're not going to keep that smile for long, sis. and I won't be listening to any apologies later on. What? This is the last time you'll ever be hearing from us again. The two of us who don't even deserve chairs will be going home now. But remember that I will never forgive you for going out of your way and lying just to make us feel dehumanized. I've been holding it in for so long, but I won't hold back anymore. I will make you regret this. Hey guys, some high school graduate is threatening me. Help! Go home if you're gonna go home, peasant. Bella, what did you do to my husband's company? Oh, hey Skylar. What do you mean, what did I do? My husband just called in crying that his boss is furious at him because one of the company's clients called him out. And now the deal that he was working on was completely canceled. He's panicking that every single job that he's working on right now is falling apart in relation to this. Oh my, what a pity. He's supposed to be managing the opening of a new location right now, and that client was taking care of the interior of that particular location that was being built. But since the client is mad at him, everything's falling apart. The tables and seats and everything else that was supposed to arrive aren't coming anymore. And now he says that they won't make it to the open date anymore, or if they'll even get to open the store altogether. Wow, he was given the privilege of managing a newly opening location, but he couldn't even pull off opening it? That's a huge blow on his career, huh? I'm sure his boss is very, very angry at him now. Quit the dumb act. I know you know something about this. Apparently that client is actually you and your husband's company, right? How is this possible? Why is a dumb little company like yours clients with the company of my husband works at? This makes no sense. My husband works at a pretty big place. I mean, how am I supposed to answer that question? It seems to me that you already know everything I could explain to you right now. Oh, and the reason our company is a client of your husband's company is because our business is going very well and we're popular. That's why. When did you two grow your company to this scale? I don't know, but apparently a furniture store specified in importing vintage pieces was a business scheme that everyone had been overlooking, and we caught it. It's true our company is still pretty small, but me and my husband have a great eye when it comes to choose the items. So our clients range from small restaurants to corporate-level companies. What? Yeah, I mean, not that I would ever expect you to be interested in a business ran by two high school graduates. But I guess no matter what level of education, it all comes down to the passion and hard work. We learned French, German, Chinese, Japanese, etc., so that we could bargain in the seller's native language. And now we have clients all over the world who offer us reasonable prices. When did all of this happen? Out of all people, you're able to speak that many languages? Yes, me, out of all people. Since you people are on such a high horse, I contacted your headquarters. That you probably don't need furniture from peasants to make the business work, right? This has to be a joke. How could so many coincidences happen at once? I didn't know your company was so popular, and I didn't know you and my husband were clients. This isn't fair. You didn't tell me all of this before I did what I did. Yeah, I figured that your husband probably wouldn't have recognized us just by seeing our faces. Since you decided not to invite us to any of the family gatherings, and you wouldn't expect to see a client at your wedding, right? On the other hand, my husband and I knew from the beginning because Mom showed us a picture of your husband on the day after sealing the deal. How dare you do all of this to us? Just because we didn't prepare your seats for our wedding? You're trying to ruin our lives for that? And if you're going to take revenge, then don't bring my husband into this. Aw, so heartwarming to see a wife caring for her husband. But I hate you and I hate your husband for marrying the person I hate, So... What? The exact same lines that you said to me at the wedding. You hate my husband, right? And you invited him with me to the wedding and made him go through the same embarrassing experience, didn't you? So, I did the same thing to you. This is not the same thing. Apart from marrying you, he also made a huge mistake when he decided to make fun of me and my husband with you for not having a college education. This is personal, so what's wrong with taking revenge on him too? But you're going too far. This has an effect on his work, on his whole career. Please, just don't bring my husband into this anymore. I won't do anything to you guys, just please finish this deal with him as his client. I'm begging you. Or else we don't know what the company might do to him. I thought I warned you that I wouldn't be accepting any apologies after leaving that wedding. Please. Therefore, I won't be sending anything to your husband. Good luck with life from now on. My husband and I are very busy making deals with big companies right now. I can't believe you. My husband just got fired. Are you happy now? Does this really make you happy? Because since you two decided not to send any of the furniture, the opening date was set back multiple times and his boss cut him. Yes, we received a very neat and long letter of apology by the headquarters of his company, that they're very sorry for the unethical actions taken by their employee. The apologies and requests were starting to get annoying, so we ended up sending the furniture in the end, actually. But I guess that still wasn't enough to save him from being fired, huh? I won't forgive you two for this, and neither will my husband. He's furious that you two uneducated small business owners got in his way. Oh no, please don't. It's too late for apologies now. We'll write every single detail about your horrible products and how harmful they were to us, and that everything in the store is ugly. In fact, I've already left several one-star reviews on this store. I see. So the reviews that have been posted lately were all written by you and your husband, huh? Well, I guess we have our proof then. I'll be using screenshots from this conversation as evidence to sue you. What kind of crime should I sue you for? What? Just know that I'll be taking all measures necessary to sue you completely. We will not be accepting any apologies for this incident either. As the owner of this company, I will not be tolerating any of these illegal attacks on our business. Owner of the business? Mr. Charles?
Yes, I'll be talking with you from here on as the owner. If you have any complaints about our current decision, please be sure to contact us through a lawyer.
What do you mean you're going to sue us? You have got to be joking about this lawyer thing. You should know that we can't afford that right now. And stay out of this. This is between me and my sister. Do you think you can just assault me like this? I'm your wife's sister.
I thought you two weren't sisters anymore. Bella told me on the day of your wedding that she will be taking legal procedures to cut all relations with you. Therefore, you two are strangers. And all you are to me is an enemy who attacked our business. Therefore, I will be seeing you in court.
What?
I'll tell you this beforehand, but we are not looking for an unofficial settlement. I'll make you a criminal, and I will leave a mark on your record. Please know that.
A mark on my record? Whoa. Let's slow down here. You don't mean you're going to call the cops on me, do you?
That's exactly what I mean. If you get a criminal record, then maybe you'll finally learn. I personally think that no matter what the reason, it's fine to hate whatever you hate. Even if you hate Bella for being able to do everything other than schoolwork better than you, I think that's only natural. I think it's okay. But you should know that just because you hate someone, that doesn't mean you're allowed to do anything to them. So I'll help you learn that lesson.
Wait. Are you serious?
Very, very serious. It becomes very difficult to go back to carrying a normal life once you have a criminal record. Employers won't hire you, and you won't have as much trust in society, so face that reality and take in what you've done to us.
You can't just do this to us, leaving the two of us unemployed right after we got married.
I mean, we can't just forgive you anymore, so... You had your chance to be forgiven for everything you've done to us, but you decided to throw it away and put yourself in this situation. I'm a nice guy myself, but what you did at the wedding just wasn't right.
Please, I'm begging you. You're not being yourself, Mr. Charles. You're not like this. You're always smiling, and you're always nice.
Well, now you know that it's a serious situation when a truly nice person becomes mad. I let everything slide up until that wedding. But what happened there was just terrible of you, unforgivable. You should have seen the look on my wife's face when she found out that there were no seats for us, and you never meant anything you said prior to that. I won't forgive anyone who made my wife that heartbroken.
No, I didn't mean it.
Please make sure not to contact me or my wife ever again. If you ever have anything to say, then contact us through a lawyer. My wife and I will be going now. Good luck with life.
After that, it took a while, but me and my husband were able to win in court, allowing us to leave a criminal record on my sister and her husband. Apparently, my sister called on my relatives as if they were victims. But everyone knew what she had done to me at the wedding, so no one helped the two recover from their loss at court. On top of that, thanks to their criminal record, they weren't able to find a new job. I heard they even yelled at an employer for not hiring them, even though they were college graduates. On the other hand, my husband and I are continuing to work hard every day. We've been receiving more and more jobs, so we're thinking of opening new stores and expanding our business.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Sometimes there really are coincidences like this. But to think one would be me running into my older sister in the middle of the city like this? Even I was thinking that I'd never have to see you again, Jade. As large as New York City is, I guess we both just happened to be right here at the same time. But after seeing how healthy you're looking, Ariana, I can finally relax a little. You must have made it past being that dirty homeless woman you once were. I was honestly thinking you'd be living in the dirt and filth of New York City for the rest of your life. I was shocked to see you living the life of us normal folk. Huh? I still think about what happened 5 years ago. Especially that face you made when you found out your husband at the time, Trey, had thrown you away. Being kicked right out of the house you both had built and moved into. You were crying so hard that there were tears spilling out of literally every hole on your face. Well, I'm sure anyone would be crying like that during those times. Having your own husband stolen from you by your little sister? I'm sure any sane person would have been shocked. But the most entertaining part came right after that. While watching TV, there was this show about the homeless in New York. And when you had a really good look at the line of hobos at the soup kitchen, there you were. Your clothing was all in tatters and you looked dead lined up with all those druggies and forgotten veterans. When we saw you lined up like that, both Trey and myself burst out laughing. And I'm going to assume that neither of you would be able to imagine how difficult it was for me to get back to my original life from there. Sorry about that. But I've never had to be a hobo myself, so I would never be able to imagine such a thing. To be honest, I didn't even think someone could live their life normally after losing their house. Don't ever talk to me again. Just from these texts we've been sending back and forth alone, my heart is starting to race again and my forehead is beginning to sweat. What? We were finally able to meet back up after 5 years of being apart, and that's how you're going to treat me? I'm your only little sister after all, so you should be more open to me again. Oh, that's right. If you don't mind and can make it, I'd like to invite you to our next home party. Just recently, we had another house built, so we need to have a party there as well now to christen it. You had another house built? Was the house you stole from me not good enough? You kicked me out of there 5 years ago, saying you'd be making that your guys' love nest and everything. So why do you both need to build a new house? We've done this because we both realized the last house wasn't good enough for us. It was in a nice location and all, but having to live in the same house as Trey's ex-wife was a little tough on the heart. So Trey went ahead and had this new house built for the two of us. You're kidding me. Then what's going to happen to the last house? We had it demolished and sold the land back to the realty company. We made sure that the house that had all your memories with Trey could never be seen again. What the hell, Jade? If you both were just going to end up tearing it down anyway, why did you both have to take it from me in the first place? Oh, now that you say it that way, I suppose you're right. Sorry about that. I guess the both of us just made you homeless for no reason at all now. But of course, that was a great experience for you, so I'm sure you'll forgive us for that one. Anyway, the next time I text you will be about the home party, all right?
I heard about you from Jade. You able to crawl back out of that life as a homeless person, huh? Congratulations.
Thank you so much for taking the time to text me now. But I'm sure you have more to say to me than just congratulations, right?
Huh? There's something else I just say?
I heard about this from Jade. That house you both stole from me, you had demolished and then sold the land, right?
You want to talk about that? We were to make some decent money off that place. Did you have anything you wanted to say about it? I was the owner of that house, so there should be no problem with me having it torn down and sold.
I understand that you were the owner, but I had one request from you, right? If you guys were ever going to leave that house, to tell me about it then. I told you that if you were going to sell it, I would buy it, so don't sell it to anyone else. I asked you that so many times after you threw me away, right?
Oh, wait, what? You said all that to me?
Shut the frick up, you bastard! You knew all along what I asked from you. You knew just how many times I told you that I wanted to keep that house if you both were going to let go of it. That house held so many memories of myself and Mickey in it. When I was single, I had always been living with Mickey. And after having lived with one another for so long, we moved into that new house with you. You knew just how many final memories I had with Mickey in that house and how important it all was to me.
Ah, now I'm starting to remember. I suppose you did say some of those things to me before you left. You wanted the house back because of your memories with that cat?
I was already sad because of the fact you both stabbed me in the back, but what really shocked me was getting kicked out of that house. That's why the whole time I was homeless, I worked my butt off to make it back to a life where I could make money again. I was planning to buy that house back from you two. Yet you both went and freaking tore that house down and sold the freaking land.
Hey, don't get so upset over it. The house is gone now. There's no going back to it.
What the hell is wrong with you? I am never gonna forgive you for that, you jerk.
I don't need your forgiveness. How you think of me literally has nothing to do with my life now. And the fact that you're turning into a witch over some memories you had with some silly cat. How can you be so attached to the memories of that cat?
Excuse me?
Why don't you just get yourself a new cat? There's no way a woman that just crawled back from being a hobo could afford to have a cat. I'm so sorry for suggesting something a lowlife would never be able to do.
This coming weekend, I'd like you to come to our house. All right, Ariana? We'll be having that party I was talking about with you a few weeks ago. We plan to have tons of really good food there for everyone to eat, so make sure that you fill up. I'm sure it will all be better than that food from that soup kitchen. I'm sorry, but I'm sure there are plenty of other people you can invite to that party. I have no interest in seeing your guys' newly built house. What was that? Could this mean that you are still upset about the fact that we tore that old house down? I heard about how you felt from Trey about that, but you need to stop crying like a baby and grow up. No matter how mad you get, there's no way you can go back in time and fix things. Huh? And really, I would like you to hurry up and come see our beautiful and high-class home we have now. I want to see the face you make when you see how luxurious this house is. I'm just shaking in my chair right now just thinking of how you'd react. If it's that luxurious that I'll be shocked that much, what house did you guys end up having built? Oh, you're wondering about that? Well, this house happened to cost us both $2 million. $2 million? You both ended up spending that kind of money on it? What do you think? That's pretty amazing, right? Not only is it crazy that we both have a house built here in New York City, but we ended up spending $2 million on it. The fact that I get to live in such a gorgeous house as this now makes me a winner. Where did the two of you end up getting that kind of money from? Even with the money from the land you sold before, there's no way you made even $1 million off that land. But here's the thing. We did make that kind of money for this new house. My husband, who I love so much, has really been moving up in his company, and that's where all this money came from as well. That all then allowed us to get this huge loan on the house and everything with no questions whatsoever. What? You're telling me Trey has been getting promoted? Trey? The guy that never once got a promotion while I was with him, and if anything got moved down in salary. For some reason, ever since we got married to one another, Trey's been fighting like a boss. He told me he wanted to show me how amazing he is, and so he started to focus all his energy into work. And because of all that energy, he was able to get promoted. And now he's working high up in that company. You're lying, right? Not at all. And not only was he able to move really high up in this company, but other companies have been calling to him as well. Companies that have been really wanting to hire him into their ranks. After being promoted so much, the fact that he's now even being asked to join other companies is amazing. When a proper woman becomes a man's wife, they will usually start to show their true strength. In other words, all that's happened is because of me. He's already chosen to join a new company now that is going to pay him even more, and he won't even have to work as much. That's why the both of us decided that it was worth it to pay $2 million for this home. Living in a really nice house like this should only make him want to work harder and make us even more money. I see now. So that's how you ended up with a place like that. And starting next year, he will be making another $100,000 on top of what he's already making, so we'll be frickin' rich. Oh, and of course, that's only going to be his base pay. There will also be things like bonuses and extra money coming in due to his success. We really will be making an insane amount of money with all of that. That really is amazing of him. The fact that a man like Trey could ever get into a position like that. Are you aware of the company Fly High USA? They happen to be at the top of the stock market right now. That's the company that's called for my husband to go work there. What did you say? Did you really know about that company then? Well, I suppose it isn't too strange for even someone of your class to know about them. They are ranked in the top 100 companies in the world and are moving their way up to being in the top 50. Did Trey really get asked by a company like that to go and work for them? Has he already confirmed that he'll be going to that company now? Yes, he has. He had to take one basic exam to enter the company with that interview, but he finished that like a piece of cake, he said. And since it was the company asking to hire him in the first place, that means there's no way he wouldn't be getting the job there. No way. And I'm sure part of all this has to do with having me as his wife. Seeing him gaining all this energy after marrying me has really got me jumping with joy. Back when I had first seen him with you, I knew he was the one for me. My heart was racing, and I thought to myself, as long as I had him, then my life would be perfect. I wouldn't have to do a thing, and I would become a celebrity. I'm just glad I was just listening to my intuition there. I made the right choice stealing a man like Trey from you, Ariana. What? So you're telling me that you stole him from me because of that reason? What do you mean, because of this reason? Intuition is a very important thing. Because I listened to it, I was able to get myself this man and a new house for myself. Who would have thought, though, that my sister was married to a man that could make it this far up in the world? I'm sure you are so jealous of me right now, considering my Trey is going to be making another 100,000 here soon, on top of what he was already making. That company happens to be my husband's, though. What? I never thought something like this could be happening. I need to go and check with him about all of this right now. Sorry, but I have to go. Wait a second, please. What do you mean that's your husband's company? And wait, what's this about a husband? Ariana, did you get married again? Yes, I did get married again. I can see that you probably can't believe what you're hearing right now, but while I was homeless, I ran into this wonderful man. He was one of the volunteers at that soup kitchen I'd always go to, and he and I both became really close to one another. What? You found the man you would later marry while you were homeless? He was such a soft and kind gentleman, and he really did his best to help cheer me on as I worked my way back into society. Then, once I had found myself a new job and got a place to live, he confessed that he loved me. Of course, I said okay to us starting to date, but after that, there were so many surprises for me. I never thought that the man working at the soup kitchen all the time as a volunteer was also the CEO of a company as large as Fly High USA. Huh? When I learned just how large that company is, I really started to wonder how I was so fortunate to run into a man like him. You're lying about all of that, right? It was already hard enough for me to believe that you got married again. But the man you ended up with happens to run a company like that? And to make everything all the more crazy, that's the company that Trey will be going to? I'm just as shocked as you are right now. That's why I need to go have a word with my husband this instant. Now that I have to run, this is goodbye, Jade.
Hey, Ariana. I already heard some things from Jade, but you really got married again? And the man you got married to happens to be the CEO of Fly High USA? So now you're the CEO's wife?
I wouldn't say that any of his responsibilities have fallen on me as his wife just yet, but yes, he is the CEO and I am now his wife. And to think a company like my husband's actually reached out to try and hire you.
No way. This is all a joke, right? So were you the one that went and talked to your husband and had his company turn me away from being hired now? Knocking me down like that all because of some personal issues you have? Don't you dare start screwing around with me. I was just called by the company and they told me they won't be hiring me anymore. They told me that I failed the interview and all that and can't be hired. No matter how you try and think about it, there's no way I failed. I was given that exam and interview because the company wanted someone like me. They asked me to come and join them. Are you all trying to play games with me right now by asking me to join the company and then telling me no?
Ah, I see now. So this is about what happened there.
This is definitely all because of you. You asked your husband to fail me like that and turn me away. You've really gone and done it now to me.
Hold on now, Trey. I think you're mistaken here. I'm sorry that everything lined up like this in terms of timing, making you want to blame me, but you failing that interview was not my doing. By the time I was talking with my husband about you, you had already taken your exam and interview and were chosen to be turned away because of those results.
What did you just say?
I understand that it's very upsetting to be asked to join a company only to be turned away by them after your interview with them. But that just means the company misunderstood your abilities and can't hire you based off of how you did when you came and actually spoke with the interviewer. From what my husband said, the way you behaved during that interview was awful.
Huh? The way I behaved at the interview was awful?
You seem to have thought the interview was only being done as part of the company's process and wasn't really real. But to both my husband and the HR department, that interview was very much real and being taken seriously. I get that you thought you would already be getting the job due to the company asking you to join them. But when it came to the way you communicated during that interview and you view in terms of value, you were not the person that they wanted. They wanted that interview done in order to get one last good look at you before hiring you. But you didn't take it seriously at all, and that really showed them the true Trey.
What?
Trey, you were already very late to that interview, correct? And when you arrived, you didn't even bother to apologize for being late, only replying by saying that you would already had the job, so what was the big deal? Then you never even answered any of their questions regarding the work you were doing at your previous company, all before you walked out of there saying, "See y'all later." The company's introduced many people into their ranks by asking them to join because of their skills, but they have never had someone as ignorant and rude as you end up being a part of the people they were originally wanting. This led to everyone in HR, along with my husband and his committee, to all saying no to hiring you.
You're kidding! So you're telling me it's because of my behavior that I was turned away?
Yes, that's what I'm telling you. So please stop blaming me for something you did.
No. There's no way that's happening. No matter how bad my behavior was then, they were the ones that wanted to hire me. So how could they turn me down like that at the last minute?
They could do it because this is business. If they ended up hiring someone like you, then they would have to pay you close to $300,000 a year to act like a complete jerk around the office. They can't take risks like that for someone as replaceable as you.
No way.
My husband was laughing a whole lot about this. He never thought that the man who blatantly failed his interview was the same man that made me homeless. He always thought that a man who could do that to me was troubled mentally and was sure glad that your mental issues came out during that interview.
Shut the frick up. Then what the hell am I going to do now? I never thought that I'd be turned away from that company like this. I already told my previous company I'm quitting because of the new job.
You did? You haven't even confirmed yet whether or not you were getting the job at this company, yet you already went and quit your last job? Normally, you shouldn't make a move until you know you've gotten that new job, right?
But I seriously didn't think there was a chance of me not getting the job. What am I gonna do? I already went to my old boss and manager and bragged to them about the new job I'm getting. If I go back to them and say I'm not quitting after all because I got turned away, I can't be in such an embarrassing situation like that.
Well, then you'd better hurry up and find a completely new company that will hire you. I was told that plenty of other companies were also wanting to hire you, right? Hurry up and start telling them that you'll take the job and go to their interviews. Ariana, please, can you please lend me some money? I just need $30,000 from you is all. What? Right now we won't be able to pay the loan on our house. At the end of this month, we have to make another payment, yet we have nothing in our bank accounts. You're joking, right? You guys didn't even have any savings? Well, when we moved into this house, we went out and bought all of our furniture and electronics to fill the house with. We also went out and bought a brand new Ferrari. I didn't think that all of that spending would come and bite us in the butts this month. After having to pay for all of those other things, we have no money for the loan. I see. And that's your reason for wanting money from me now? Don't you think, for starters, you can pay us enough for the next couple of months to pay off some of the loan? We never thought that Trey would end up being turned away from that job at Fly High USA. He is trying so hard right now to find a new job, but he won't ever be paid in time for this next payment. That does seem pretty tough for the both of you. But I'm not handing you any money. If you are all out of money, then go find yourselves a loan shark or someone to borrow from. And right now, no one is willing to give us money. Not even the loan sharks around here. The fact that we have this massive loan to pay off, as well as the fact that neither of us are working, they all tell us that they will never get any money back from us, so there's no agreement that can be made. Everyone keeps turning us away, banks and loan sharks alike. Oh dear. So please help us. And if you'd really like me to bring this up, he was once your husband and he's at fault for all of this. I think you have to be just as responsible for this happening as he is. Oh, hold on. That's your husband now, and so far, what's happening is exactly what the man deserves. He went into my husband's company with a toxic attitude and tried to act as though he already had the job. These days, loans on houses are really tough. And since this house is so expensive, things have been made worse. We could try and tell the bank to give us a little more time, but then the interest would skyrocket on us. Oh, is that right? So please, I am seriously asking for just a little money from you. You're the wife of a CEO after all, so you should have tons of money you can use, right? Of course we'll pay you back that money you lend us someday. I'm really sorry, Jade. Just like the two of you, I don't have any money in my savings. Huh? Not even a penny? Even though you're married to a CEO? You guys went and sold the land from the previous house, right? Well, I just recently went and bought that land back from the realtor. And in order to do that, I had to use up all my money that I had saved. Huh? I no longer have the house that contained all my best memories, but at least the land is still around for me to keep. So I'm thinking I'll have a new building built here and I'll turn it into a cat cafe in memory of my Mickey. That's always been a dream of mine ever since I was a little girl. Are you being serious right now? You really went and spent all your money on that? Actually, as of right now, I'm in a little bit of debt myself. I had to borrow some money from my husband to make things work, and we'll have to pay him back later. So let's the both of us do our best to make some money. I want to save all kinds of cats off the street and make them my employees, and then make the money to pay my husband back. You're making it seem like you care more about those cats than your own sister. Well, of course I am. They are all cats after all. All so cute and fluffy. Way more cute than you are, especially. What? I understand that a lot of people think that cats can be mean and all, but when you treat them nice, they'll respect you as family. Unlike the two of you, who are neither cute nor have the ability to treat anyone nicely no matter who they are or what they do. Excuse me? Before you start to cry and beg for my help, why don't you help your husband out by finding yourself a job as well? You're not making any money yourself, and if you can't pay off that loan soon, you'll both be evicted from there by the bank. If that happens, then you both will become the newest additions to New York's homeless. Come on now, Ariana! I will not let myself become homeless! I'll send you a list later on of all my most recommended soup kitchens around the city. Good luck to the both of you now! These are all things I've heard from rumors, but it sounds like Trey, although very embarrassed in doing so, tried to go back to his old company and ask for them to forget about him quitting. But that company had already finished the process of letting him go, so there was no way back into his old job. He then began to freak out and started calling all the companies that had been wanting to hire him before. However, all of them had gotten other people to apply within that time, so there were no more positions open for Trey. Due to there being no easy jobs for him then, Trey went and sold that brand new house back to the bank, and in a single day moved out into a very small and cheap apartment with Jade. The only problem is that even with selling the house back, they would still need to owe around $200,000 to the bank. So right now, they're both working about 3 jobs each at local bars and diners, paying off whatever they can each month. It seems that things really didn't go their way when Trey didn't get that job he bragged about, and they couldn't keep the house that they were also bragging about. Now, with them being in pretty serious debt to the bank, who knows when they'll be back to living the life they were so accustomed to.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Hey, Jane. You go ahead and leave that job and come here. I'm gonna have you start taking care of my dad tomorrow.
Huh? What do you mean you want me to leave my job, though? And you want me to come take care of your dad?
Well, I just got a call from my dad a little bit ago. He had a bad call and broke one of his hands.
He broke a hand? That's terrible to hear.
He was trying to get something off the top of one of his shelves, and in doing so, stood on a weak chair. When it broke, he came crashing down on his hands. And you know, my dad is getting up there in age now, right? It ended up breaking one hand and really screwing up the other. So living on his own is going to be impossible for him. So I'm going to have you quit your job and start working full-time as my dad's caregiver.
I'm really worried about your dad and all, but asking me to do that right now is a bit too sudden. First of all, I don't want to quit the job I have right now.
Huh? All you're doing is working a simple job for the city, right? And you're a woman in an office filled with men, so there's no way you'd be able to get any further promotions there. So hurry up and leave that place and come to my dad's side.
What?
Well, your husband's dad is in trouble right now. This is your job as the wife, right? And you already know that my dad has work to do, still with his company that he's been running. So he needs a woman like you to go care for his needs so that he can get right back to focusing on keeping his company on the rails.
You didn't marry me to be the one to care for your dad when he needs someone to support him. If you're that worried about him needing help, then why don't you go and help your dad out? And you saying that I'm just some city worker doesn't make my job any less important than yours. All you do is work for an office for some large company. And you actually get more time off than I do at your job, so during family emergencies like these, you should be able to take a month of PTO, right?
I do have a lot of PTO saved up, but I've never seen anyone use all their time up like that. And if I did take that much time off, can you imagine the impact that would have on me getting a promotion? I'm tired of arguing about this, so just leave the job of yours and come care for my dad.
Then how about until his hands are usable again, we hire someone to come and care for his needs? He could even do that himself since he has all that money from being a CEO. He has to have the ability to find someone to care for him, right?
You're my wife, and having you care for him is free to all of us. There's no reason to hire anyone to care for him when you're right here. All right? This is a strict order from your husband, so you listen to me. Stop trying to talk your way around it and hurry things up with quitting your job and coming here. I already told my dad that you'd be coming soon to start caring for him, so the plan's already been set in motion. So I'll leave everything up to you now.
It's been a while, Jane. I'm sure you've heard by now from Phil about my injury.
I did hear about it from him, but are you really doing okay now? You didn't get any other injuries from a fall like that?
I was pretty lucky with that fall and only ended up with one broken hand and the other one being sprained. I didn't happen to hit my head on anything, and everything besides my hands are all right. Thank goodness my son bought me that smartphone last year for something like this. I'm still able to use it a little bit on my left hand, even with the sprain.
Well, that's great to hear.
Now, another thing I heard from Phil was that you're going to be quitting your job to come here? That will be a major help for me. But I'm really sorry that you have to do that. Are you really okay with leaving that job of yours to be around me all the time?
Whether I'm okay with it or not, this was an order from my husband, and he told me that times like these are why he married me in the first place, so...
What do you mean this is an order by your husband? He told me that you chose to leave your job after hearing about me being injured in that fall.
That's not at all what happened, Fred. Just a few hours ago, he came out of nowhere telling me to quit my job without really giving me any more context. Then after that, he told me that you're in trouble and that I need to be a good wife and take care of you while your hands are hurt. And when I told him that I didn't really want to leave my job, he started to get upset with me.
That's not at all the story I heard from Phil. I'm so sorry, Jane. I may have very little use of my hands right now, but I'll find some way to manage on my own. I don't want to be the one to force anyone to do things that they don't want to do, so please relax.
So you're saying it's okay if I don't quit my job?
Of course I am. It seems that Phil is just trying to use what happened to me for his advantage. I'm really sorry about all that.
Actually, I just told my boss that I'd be leaving my position and everything.
What? So you already let them know that you're leaving that job?
I just assumed that what my husband wanted from me was what I had to do. And when it comes to him, if I ever reject something he asks of me, he gets all worked up and becomes a real pain in the butt. The last time I went against something he asked, it was like a war broke out inside our house. So I just thought I had no other choice this time and would actually have to leave my job for good.
Phil really acts that way with you?
But you don't have to worry about me right now. I'll be around your place tomorrow at the soonest to start helping you. So if you need me to pick anything up for you on the way over, just let me know and I'll grab it all for you.
You being here for me will really be a big help, but I hate that this had to happen to you. Right. Since you're going to be looking after me for a while, I'd like to pay you in return. I'll make it seem as though you're my housemaid, and that way you can still earn money for the work you'll do. How does that sound to you? I'll even make sure that you're paid handsomely for your work.
That really puts a smile on my face. But if I earned any money helping you around, Phil would be pissed off before either of us knew it. Honestly, you just offering that is already more than enough.
Do you really think that Phil would get upset with you? Well, if that's what you're worried about, I'll make sure to pay you in secret, and you can keep it to yourself. I'll hand you cash every month, and so that he'll never be able to find out about us. So please allow me to pay you from now on.
Are you really okay with that?
I wouldn't want you helping me without anything in return. You've already had to quit the job that made you happy for me. And now you have to look after all my needs for a few months, I'm sure. It's only right that I give you money for the work you'll be putting in.
Thank you so much, Fred. Well, I look forward to coming over to your house starting tomorrow.
And I'm looking forward to seeing you again after such a long time. I know that it's not the most amazing thing having to look after an old geezer like me, but I'm glad it's going to be you and not someone else.
Phil, where are you right now? Your dad has fallen down again, and you should have gotten a call from the hospital already, right? Right now he's going to be getting some treatment, but I can't be here all by myself and need you here with me.
That sounds like a lot of trouble for me, so you go ahead and deal with him on your own there. Tell the doctor that I've got work to do that's too important for me to be stepping away from at the moment.
What? Your dad's had a bad fall and you're not even going to come and see him? And what do you mean by you have to work right now? Today is Sunday and you always have work off on Sundays. All you're doing is hanging out at home, so what the hell are you talking about?
Shut up, Jane. If Sundays are meant to be sitting around at home all day, then why did my dad get hurt again? Unlike you all, I don't have time to listen to medical talk all day. I have very important things regarding the aftermath of this to be thinking about right now and don't need to be dealing with you two.
What kind of important aftermath things are you talking about? Don't tell me you think your dad is going to die now. He may have had a bad fall, but it shouldn't be anything life-threatening.
But I heard that call from the hospital and they told me he was out for over an hour, right? He already had one fall last year that broke some of his bones, so I think his life is coming to an end now. So before that happens, I want to be early with having my plans ready to go.
What you're talking about right now is crazy. He's not even close to being dead yet.
Whatever, just take care of him for me. And if he happens to be on his deathbed, give me a call right away.
Hey, Phil, what the hell is with these divorce papers? I had only just gotten back from the hospital after your dad's health started looking better. Why are there divorce papers in the living room that have all been filled out?
Crap, just when I thought that he'd be done for. I never expected him to make it back from that fall this time. I had hoped that after he died here, I'd be the one to get his company and everything else he has.
Huh?
Well, even if he's not dead yet, I'm sure that this means that he'll have to step down as a CEO. And so if that's the case, that means the next in line for that position would be me, his son. So because of that, you and I are getting a divorce.
I have no idea what's going on right now. Why are you starting to talk about divorce out of nowhere like that?
Because I have a woman already prepared for me when I become CEO.
What? Who the hell is this woman you plan on being with once you're a CEO? I don't want to think that this could be true, but have you been cheating on me?
And what's so bad about me cheating on you? You are the one that quit your job and you've barely been around our house. And since you're not around the house much, you barely get any chores done. So I have to throw you away.
The reason I had to quit my job is because of you, Phil. You told me to quit my job and go be by your dad's side to take care of him. That's why every single day I've been away from the house so that I could be with your dad and make sure he had everything he needed. So stop with that crap of saying it's my fault that nothing gets done in our house and using that as an excuse to fool around with another woman.
Well, who knows the real reason why you'd always be going over to my dad's house and never stayed with me. Perhaps you weren't even going over there at all and were out with other men besides me. Even after my dad's hands healed, you still said you needed to be at his house to care for him. That's what started to make it seem as though you couldn't be trusted.
Excuse me?
And so in your place, I found myself another woman to fill in the empty space that you left me with. She's been around for me to make sure I'm happy while having to stay busy with all my hard work. It's because of how kind she is to me that I'll be making her my next wife. She'll become the young wife of the new CEO. So as for you, there's no use anymore in my life.
You're a freaking monster, Phil. Well, whatever now. If that's how you want things, then let's get this divorce. But you're going to be paying me a settlement. I'll make sure that not only you will be paying me, but that other chick of yours that you've been cheating on me with as well.
Hey. Don't try and bully me like that, Jane. And please, don't touch her. She's still only a college student after all. Making a young student like her have to pay you a large amount of money is the worst thing a man could ever do to someone else.
You've got to be kidding me. The girl you've cheated on me with is a frickin' college student? What do you think you're doing getting involved with someone that young?
Well, she was the one that came to me first. Well, she started working a part-time job with the company I'm in, so... when one day she just happened to look at me differently, and things took off from there. And I'm sure that when she heard what I'd be CEO really soon, that's what really made her fall into my arms.
Huh?
And so since this wasn't anyone's fault besides your own, don't bother with trying to get any money from us. If you had never been away from this house all the time, maybe this would have never happened to you. But now I'll at least be kind enough to give you the house. And that should be enough to get you to stop trying to make us pay, right?
Huh? You're going to give me the house?
I'll give you the house as part of us having to split properties, as well as a little extra money for all the troubles you've caused. That should be enough to make you happy without complaints, right? I've been busy getting all this ready for you anyway since yesterday.
Even after your dad had a bad fall, you still never came to see him in the hospital. I had no idea what had gotten into you, but it seems this whole time you've been thinking of a divorce, huh?
Well, everything I've done shouldn't come as a surprise to you. I'll give you the house and everything now, so allow things between us to be over.
I'm fine with that, but I won't be giving it back.
I don't care. I'm going to become CEO soon. My dad's going to step down from his position, and then I'll be taking it and the house he lives in. I'll be able to give my new girlfriend the gift of being my wife, and we can have an amazing life together.
Then I'll make sure to have that divorce paperwork turned in soon for you. Even though there isn't any company around anymore, I'm happy to see you giving me the house and all that.
Huh? What do you mean the company's not around anymore? Hey, what do you mean by all of that?
The company that your dad had is no longer around anymore. Just before your dad had fallen that second time, he made sure to have the company and everything that went with it sold to another, larger company.
What did you just say?
That's why I was a bit confused by you saying that you'd be the next CEO and that the girl would be the next wife to the CEO. Maybe hearing that your dad had fallen again broke your brain in some way.
Hey, Jane, explain all of this to me right now. Since when did my dad end up selling his company? Why wouldn't he have just given to me instead? And why did my dad never tell me he was going to do any of that?
This is all because of that strict order you gave me back then to leave my job and take care of your dad full time. I was able to hear him talking about it for a long time now, about how he planned on getting rid of his company. And not only that, but I was around to help him out with all of that as well.
What? Is that so?
Even after he had already healed from his first fall, the reason I was going over every day was to help him handle that. He had asked for my help, and so I was there for him to support his busy work that he had to do to find a company to take his off his hands for a good price. Yet for whatever reason, you decided to call my time out of the house helping him, me cheating on you with other men. And that was your reason for cheating on me with a college student? You really are the worst kind of monster imaginable.
Wait, that cannot be real. Why would my dad ever get rid of that company? He had me here all this time to take over the company for him, and that's why I've been working so hard. I even expected to be the CEO for the longest time now, so I've been studying day and night to know exactly how to run it right.
Well, maybe you should have been studying more about your dad's company instead of other things. For a long time now, your dad's company has been slowly bleeding money.
Are you serious?
And even though I say that, us selling it wasn't your dad's first choice. But after that fall last year that left him in pretty rough shape, he realized he shouldn't be working anymore. He told me that he's not a young man anymore and should really use the time he had left to sell the company and then enjoy himself. And so instead of giving you the company, he wanted to pocket the money he received for the company and be done with it.
If he was going to be doing something as huge as that, he would have asked me first. Why would he do all of that without my opinion?
We had tried plenty of times to get your input back then. But every time we asked you to come to your dad's house to talk, you told us you didn't have time to.
What?
And when your dad would call you asking to talk, you would reply saying that I'll take care of everything for you. And then succeed that by saying you were too busy with work to listen to him. And so, because of the distance you gave your dad, he gave up on you. And there's your reason for him never having the chance to talk to you about selling his company.
Ah! So that's what he wanted back then when he kept being rude and calling me all the time.
And only a month after that, the company your dad had was done with, and he had sold it. Him falling was around the same time the larger company came and paid him for it.
What should I do? I had finally thought I had that company to myself. Yet things are not at all going to plan for me. To make sure that I've been able to get the company soon, that I even forged my dad's handwriting and handed it for him saying that he'd be stepping down.
What?
Yesterday, I had gotten a call from the hospital saying Dad had fallen and was badly hurt. And so immediately after that call, I'd forged a document saying that he'd step down from being CEO. And then I called my girlfriend and told her all the good news about how we won and we'd have a wonderful life. I even went out and got that divorce paperwork and filled it all out for us. And yet after all that hard work I put in preparing for my new future, my dad ended up selling the company.
What the hell were you doing forging your dad's name and using it to take over his company when he was in the hospital?
Now wait. You did say that my dad pocketed all the money for his company, right? I don't think he'll be needing all that money he received, unless he spends it all on his medical bills and stuff for that bad fall. Then there won't be anything left to his name, right? You didn't help my dad all that time for nothing either, right? Maybe you have been eyeing his money as well. He still has the house and other things, possibly, correct?
You do seem to be thinking a lot about this. He still does have some things left over, like the house and the car.
Thank God. At least having some of that left is totally fine with me. Having his car and a house left over is still more than enough to make a little money. At least this time I don't have to worry about a company now, and we'll still be getting a ton of money through all that stuff.
Huh? Why are you thinking all of that can be your stuff?
He has broken bones and has been stuck in the hospital for a bit. And of course, he's not a young man anymore. I'm sure it won't be long before he dies, and that I'll be left with all of his things. Even any money that he may have left over after the medical bills. So in other words, all of that is my stuff now.
No, that will all be going to Jane in the end. I won't be leaving a single thing behind for you on my will, you stupid boy.
Huh?
I never once thought that my own flesh and blood could turn out to be some kind of rotten soul. I'm so glad that I handled all of this earlier and had everything written to go to Jane.
Wait a second. Is this you, Dad? Really you?
Yes, this is your very embarrassed father talking to you. When Jane told me that she'd be going home for a bit to grab some things, I never thought that she'd return to tell me that you had filled out divorce paperwork for the two of you. Right now, I have no idea what to think of you, Phil.
All of that doesn't really matter anymore. I want to know why you've been leaving everything to her instead of the man that you've built a lot of blood and sweat into. Why are you giving her the house and your car and everything else you own?
Well, this is my thanks to her for taking great care of me. Instead of my own son coming to care for me, she was forced into a position where she had to quit the job she loved and take care of an old guy like me. And not just that, but was also there to help me with the company. So I'm very thankful for her. So what's so wrong about me giving her everything after everything she's given me?
No, that's all a bit too messed up. You shouldn't have to thank her for doing her job as my wife. And even if you do want to thank her, you're being way too damn generous to her.
I don't want to hear your opinion on anything I've done. You've never come to care for me, and you never took your wife's life into consideration. And the worst thing of all is that you've been cheating on her with some young woman that's still in college.
Dad, can you just calm down a little? I know what's going on here. What's really happened is that Jane has been threatening you and forced you to give her all your things, right?
What did you just say to me, Phil?
She threatened you by saying that if you didn't give her everything in your will, that she'd stop caring for you, right? You couldn't use your hands back then, and there was nothing else you could do but give in to her threats, right? And ever since then, you've been too weak to run from her, and that's why she's been able to take advantage of you, right?
Because you happen to think things that way, I'm through with ever dealing with you again. I'm thinking this is it, boy. You no longer have to worry about anything that has to do with me. I don't need you around to care for me now, so never ever show your face around me again.
Wait, Dad!
You can't even care for your own wife, and you can't even take care of your own dad. I can no longer stress myself thinking of you as something like my family. If anything, I'm a pretty bad dad for not leaving my company to you. So for both our sakes, today's the last day we'll be called father and son.
But wait, Dad!
Do not come to the hospital to see me. Actually, I'll make sure they won't let you in if you do come. At this point, if I see your face, I'm gonna want to strangle you. And the doctor told me not to get my blood pressure up. So now, Phil, goodbye.
Jane, how's about you and I act as though we never needed to get divorced? I've been broken up with that other woman now. Well, I wouldn't say I broke up with her. The moment she heard I wouldn't be CEO anymore, she bolted and I couldn't even get a reply from her again.
Well, why would anyone want to marry a penniless man after they've been caught lying? And I'll have to say no to your request. I don't ever want to get back together with you now that you've gone and cheated on me.
What?
And even if I did, I've already handed in the divorce forms.
Well, if you leave me, then what will my dad and I do? I know that my dad said that he cut ties with me and all, but he's going to need someone to care for him, and I'll be his only option. But I have to still work my job, so I can't be at home to watch him. Please, Jane, you're too nice to just throw my dad away like that, aren't you?
Yeah, he's done a lot for me to get where I am. And so that's why I'll be looking after your dad still. And I have to say thanks to you since you gave me the house and everything in the divorce. So I think we'll sell his house and live in our house together.
What? You and my dad will?
I may have been caring for him for a year now, but it was never that difficult for someone like me. Unlike you, your dad's a real gentleman and will always say thank you for all the chores and cooking I do for him. He'll even tell me that my cooking is delicious when he eats it. So because of his kindness, I promise that I'll care for all his needs until the very end.
What? You're going to be divorcing me and you'll still live with my dad? There's no way things like that actually happen.
Of course, from the outside, people would think that's pretty strange. But to me, your dad is like my second father, so I could never leave him behind. And when you consider that I'll just be his housemate or something like that, there's nothing at all that's weird about us living together. He told me that he's still going to be paying me after all, even when you and I are divorced.
Huh?
He told me that his house and care wouldn't even be a part of how he pays me. Although even by just receiving them from him, I'd be fine with caring for every need he has. I'm going to really do my best to make sure this last stretch of his life is the best he's ever lived.
Would it be wrong if I came to live with you both too? I promise that I'll never cheat on you again, okay?
You already know the answer to that one. You are not the kind of person we could trust living under the same roof as us. So with that, have a great one, Phil. You should be happy that both the woman that was getting in your way and caring for your dad will no longer be a problem for you. Now, enjoy life all by your lonesome and live it any way you'd like. After that, Fred was able to make a pretty full recovery from his injuries, and he was released from the hospital to come and live with me. I'm not sure if it was because he no longer had the stress of his company on him, but after coming back home, he didn't even seem like he needed my care. He was able to go out and about on his own and enjoy whatever hobbies he had, all without my help. And because of his great health, I was also able to make up some good hobbies, and Fred and I lived a great life together. But then there's Phil. After trying to get back into the job he'd had for the longest time, he was told he would be let go as they found out about how he was trying to go into his dad's company. Of course, that would no longer be happening. However, the company that did buy his dad's company did allow him to join, although the new job would only pay him half that of what his past job paid. And while there, he tried hard to get with some of the female employees, but they all told him to get away and that he was too old to be hitting on young women. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.